Hi, guys. Welcome back to Truly Me. Very excited for today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in and make sure you guys follow along here on YouTube. You can also listen in on Apple Podcast. Just search Truly Me. You will find us. New episode coming every single week. If you guys have been following my journey, you guys know that I have shifted my business into more mentorship coaching rather than lash educate or lash training, like, physical lash trainings. I love it. I love educating. I love teaching other lash artists how to be educators. It's something I'm very passionate about for the simple fact that true wealth, true financial freedom, and breakthrough happens on the other side of the lash chair. With services, something you guys really got to understand is that your money is capped by how many clients you can see, how much time you can work. And when you stop going to work, your income stops coming in. And I just think that's really a scary place to be in business. So, one of the beautiful things about our industry, beauty industry in general, you could be lash artist, brow artist, hair, makeup, nails, I don't care. This industry, this beauty industry is so powerful because you have the ability to teach. You have the option to sell your knowledge and monetize off of that. And it's something that has transformed my life. And I have always been about teaching you guys how to have a better business, not lose money, actually increase your income, and how to avoid the mistakes that I've made in my business so that you don't have to do that in yours. So I've really found a passion in teaching other lash artists or beauty entrepreneurs how to scale their business beyond the chair. Because when you have a business that works for you, you have a profitable business. And unfortunately, a lot of service-based providers are losing money. They're not really making money and they're just a glorified self-employed employee. So there is a great part of our industry where you can actually scale. You can actually create a business that will make you wealthy, that will give you true financial freedom, and will unlock a lot more doors for you. You just got to get to the other side. And so that's what I do. I teach. And so today I want to talk to you guys about one of the biggest struggles I really feel that my students have when growing their business. And it's the most vital part of the business. And it's going to be how to how to stand out and build trust with your audience on social media. And this is something that so many struggle with. So if that's you, if you struggle with social media, standing out, building a brand, and building trust, drop a like, drop a comment, and let me know. Okay. Because we're all in this together. I was once definitely in that position where I just felt like I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily for me, I found out that pretty quickly how to change all that. So I want to give you guys some insight so that you can start building trust and standing out on your social media. That way you can be a really strong leader and like build authority and feel confident about your social media presence. So the first thing I want to talk about is why followers and likes do not equal sales. Okay, this is a really, really big one. I want you guys to listen, take notes, whatever you have to do. I always get this question. I want to sell education or I want to do digital marketing or I want to do XYZ, but don't you have to have a lot of followers? Absolutely not. Okay. And why? The answer is why, right? I have accounts. I've worked with people that have accounts that have 50,000 plus followers, no sales. I have worked with girls that have 1,500 followers, always. Don't mind me over here. Just knocked everything off my desk. That have 15,000 followers and they sell out like crazy, or 1,500 followers sell out like crazy. It's because they've built a brand, they've built a connection. So it doesn't matter how many likes, followers you have. If you have a strong connection and if people trust you, sales happen. So I always say trust equals sales. No trust, no sales. So if your focus is on follower count, you have the wrong mindset and you need to shift. You need to focus on building trust, pouring value into your followers and building a personal brand and connection. That is the key to selling anything, anything at all. Now, when you post, it's very important that you stay consistent. Okay. You have to post consistently. The more you post, the more you're exposing your business and you're exposing your Instagram to more followers, to more accounts, to more people. So yes, posting is very important, but does it equal sales? Absolutely not. If you shift and focus your content on value and trust and connection, then you're going to get sales. But if you're just posting salesy stuff and you're not really intentional and you're just posting to post, that's never going to connect a sale because there's no emotion, there's no connection, and there's no trust. So those are the three most powerful things. So if you have been not posting that way, I want you to start posting that way and you'll see a big shift. Okay. And then the second thing is storytelling content versus tutorial content. Now, as an educator, it's very important to know your target audience. Who are you talking to? This is a lash artist, a nail artist, a hair, stylist, whoever it is, whoever your target audience is. As educators, the most important thing to do is showcase our work. This is something that a lot of people lack, right? They don't post the right work. They don't showcase their work in a light that is going to elevate it. They just post any client, they post shitty lighting, they post bad angles, they post outdated content. This is what you need to do instead. I'm going to give you feasible things you guys can do instead, okay? Tangible stuff. Number one, you need to upgrade your lighting. You need very, very good lighting. You need a backdrop. You need your right camera settings on, and you need models. This is the most important part of content creation. You don't post clients. Clients are not supposed to go on Instagram. It's not supposed to go on Instagram. You need to see the business as a true business. And if you think about any business, right? The new clothing line, Forever 21, Zara, I don't care, whoever it is, they hire models to shoot their campaigns because they are looking for a certain girl, confidence, maybe a certain look, maybe a certain weight, maybe a certain whatever, it doesn't matter. They have standards and they follow those in their marketing campaigns. You guys have to do the same. Your business is no different. Okay. You have to have marketing campaigns. You have to hire models or do free sets of lashes in exchange for model content. No more clients. Angles, lighting, camera settings, and models, those four things will transform your content. And you have to show that you are a good artist because no one is going to want to learn lashes from you or learn any craft from you if they don't know that you know how to do it good, right? And that's why we see sold out educators doing trainings all the time because they've built credibility in them as an artist. So yes, your content should focus on you as an artist, you capturing your work in the best way possible and showcasing your talent and your ability as a lash artist. So you should be doing before and afters, after videos and pictures, lash with me tutorial videos, day in the lives, behind the scenes. Okay, that is the content that moves the needle as an educator. Now, storytelling. Those are good, but that should be probably 5 to 10% of your content. The other 90 to 95% is all showcasing your work on models. So that is a very important part. You guys don't miss that. That is will change your business. Okay. Another big thing that is important that a lot of people lack is connection. We don't know who you are. We don't know what you look like. We don't know what your voice sounds like. We don't know your personality. We don't know how you dress. There is no connection. And as an educator, establishing authority and wanting to be a leader, put a face to the brand. Get rid of your logo. You're not a product. You're a person. You're building a personal brand. And you're still operating with the logo. by the way, a outdated logo. Get rid of the logo. We need to see you. We need to build a connection with you. We need to hear your voice. We want to see how you work and how like how you connect with people and all of that is so important, you guys. So if you're not showing yourself, if you're too scared to get on the camera, if you're uncomfortable with being in front of a camera, get comfortable. Set up your phone and film yourself until it becomes second nature to you because you can't grow in the business without putting a face to the brand. People want to see what you look like. People want to connect with you before they come in person and invest into you and spend their money on you. So if you're not doing that, you are hurting your business. Showing your face equals more money. Showing your face equals more money. Don't skip that part. Don't skip that part, okay? You got to show yourself. Put yourself in your Instagram story. Go on live once a week. Um, put yourself in your Instagram cover photos. Show us who you are. We want to connect with you. IG lives are very good for like growing the brand, standing out, stories, and reels. And if there's anything that you take from this podcast, take this. If you choose to not post on social media, you are choosing to be invisible. No post equal no sales. No post equal no clients. You are quite literally asking to not make money simply by being silent and not taking your content seriously. So you got to learn to love it. If you want to have a successful lash business, if you want to grow your business, if you want to make money, learn content and learn to love it. Okay. And then I want to talk about daily habits to stay visible without burnout. If you are struggling with burnout as an artist, go to education. Go to education. I mean, go to education before burnout, but go 1 foot, take 1 foot and then get 2 feet out. I don't care, but you gotta go. Okay. Burnout is going to happen as a lash artist. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of time before you can't do it anymore. Back hurts, eyes hurt, carpal tunnel. I don't care. It's all coming for you. There's no way around it. It's going to happen. Why would you wait for that when you can start now and build the business now and exit from services sooner? You're losing I talked about this on my last podcast, but you're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, or not a month, a year by simply lacking how to educate. And it's not that hard, guys. Join Jumpstart. Get with me together for 3 months. We'll build out your entire lash education business, ebooks, courses, and person everything. But don't do it for the simple fact that you just lack the discipline and the knowledge. Get with somebody who can show you the ropes and have a successful business. But lashing is going to end. There will be a time in your career where you just physically can't do it anymore. And then what? But you guys have another option, and you have that option right now. Lash education is sustainable during any season of your life. Having a baby, going on vacation, um, anything. Things happen. You guys got to be prepared for those seasons. And with, services, when you don't show up, you don't get paid. But that doesn't happen here on the lash side or the education side. And content pillars. Let's talk about content pillars for lash artists because and I'll make it as simple as possible. Okay. The number one, I talked about this already, but the number one content pillar is going to be your work. You have to build trust with your work. So I want to see a lot of before and afters. I want to see result videos. I want to see behind the scenes, lash with me's. Okay. That's pillar number one. Pillar number two is going to be you. We want to see you. So doing testimonial videos where you're in front of the screen, and you're educating, you're talking about a certain technique. What we're just seeing you. We're just seeing that one-on-one connection. Okay. And then the third is going to be, I think a really important one is motivational content. This is where you're kind of showing the lifestyle. What is your life like as a lash artist versus a lash educator? What are the pros of whatever you're doing in your business? You have to show the lifestyle. And again, it depends on who your target audience is versus what content you're going to make. But we want to see lifestyle, we want to see motivational, and we want to see your work. So, those are the three pillars that as educators, we should be focused on to build trust and to stand out. And I know it can all seem very overwhelming, but if you want a business, you gotta do marketing. You gotta understand social media. It's the lifeline to your business. If you guys, a lot of you guys will notice that when you stop posting, you stop getting sales, you stop making as much money. You post, everything goes up. And it is a direct correlation to social media because anybody that wants to book a training, book a service, they're going to go to your social media first. The person that has social media versus doesn't, the person that does is going to get that client versus the one who doesn't. So again, that's why I said if you choose to be, not active, you choose to be invisible. And I just wouldn't recommend that for the business. Okay. And another thing with standing out is your aesthetic. So many people lack branding aesthetic. They don't know colors, they don't know fonts, their page is a mess. They don't know when to post or just have like a brand aesthetic. They don't stand out. They don't no one knows what they are based off their aesthetic. So if you don't have that, I really encourage you to create a mood board. Go to Pinterest, pull all your favorite fonts, pull all your favorite colors, put them together on a mood board and then start to build that in your content. Create a Canva account. Get familiar with Canva. And again, this is everything we do in Jumpstart Mentorship, my 3-month mentorship. So if you need that one-on-one help to build out your brand aesthetic, build out your education business, please DM me. DM me Jumpstart, and I will give you all the information on the program because you cannot afford to not understand this. You cannot afford your your 60, 70, 55-year-old self cannot afford to not know this right now. So if you're going to do this for her. Do this for your children. Do this for your family. 10, 20, 40 years from now because what you do today is going to affect the outcome of your life down the line. And you don't want to look back and say, I could have done it. I had the resources. I had the option. I had the help. It was there. I just didn't go for it. Because your life can look a lot different. I'll tell you guys from my own experience. I went from $100,000 a year lashing to $1.2 million the same year I decided to close my books. The difference was I cut out services. I scaled into a part of my business where I could work on it and not in it. And I was able to transform my life forever. It will never be the same because of that one decision to go into educating and work on the business side, work on the parts of my business where I knew it was scalable and I knew lashing wasn't scalable. I knew it was gonna, in the long run, I would lose money that way. So don't do that to yourself. Learn from me. Learn and take the advice of someone who is where you want to be. Okay. And that's one of my biggest things. Like, don't learn from people. Don't ask people questions if they aren't where you want to be or if they've never been where you want to be. You got to ask the right questions to the right people. You'll get the right answers. So I hope this helps you guys on how to build trust, how to stand out, how to be a great educator and build that authority on social media. If you guys have any questions about anything I covered in the podcast, you can definitely send me a DM or you can drop a comment here on YouTube or just send me a DM on Instagram. Happy to help you guys further. And again, if you want to join Jumpstart, just send me a DM or comment down below Jumpstart, and I will reach out to you on how and more information about the program. And if you are interested in being an educator, my one advice to you is do it now. Don't wait till you have enough money. Don't wait until the perfect moment because that is never going to happen. Life will constantly throw life at you. There's always something that's going to come up. So you just have to start in the midst of everything going on. And it's worth it. I've been both. I've been on both sides. I've been on the lash side. I've been on the educator side. You couldn't pay me to go lash again. It doesn't make sense. There is a whole nother life on this side, and I want to teach you how to do it too. So I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in to my podcast, Truly Me. I will be back next week with another episode. And if you guys have any requests on topics, drop it down below. I'd love to talk about it. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for tuning in. Much love.